Hi, and welcome to another video by Get It Done Home Repairs. Today's project, we have this Ariens Deluxe 24-inch, two-stage, self-propelled snowblower that we need to unbox and assemble, and hopefully we have it ready for the next snow event. All right, so let's jump right in there and let's get it done. Okay, so this is what it looks like. We have everything out of the box and ready to assemble it now. As you can see, the chute is right down here with the adjustment rods. And of course, that tool that's on the ground over there, that tool right there is meant to clean out the snow out of the chute if it becomes clogged. All right, so the only thing we're going to need is we're going to need a couple of wrenches. You can use wrenches or you can use a ratchet, whatever works for you. In this case, I have both wrenches and ratchets, depending on which one works easier. All right, so let's hop in there. Let's get this all assembled, and we'll get this thing started up. First thing we're going to do is we're going to lift up that handle right there, lift it up, and tighten up the bolts to hold it in position. Next, we're going to be installing our rod that controls our forward speeds and reverse speeds, of course. We're going to put the threaded part here down on the very bottom like this. You put it through here like this, take the cotter pin that comes provided with it, and you push the cotter pin through and lock it in place. I will tell you this, if you need a pair of pliers, use it. You don't want to lose the cotter pin. Okay, we got that locked in place now, nice and tight. Put this up on the top, right up here. And we'll install that other rod up on the top, right there. And again, it's the same thing. You just put your cotter pin in and you lock it in position. As I said, if you think you're going to lose it, grab a pair of needle nose pliers and you can use that. And that's all there is to it. Okay, that's all set. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to come down over to these two bolts right here, and we're going to remove these bolts totally from here. These are actually 9/16. You can unscrew them by hand usually. I will tell you this bracket is on the upper, the bracket that holds the cable in place is on the upper bolt, so make sure when you put it back together that this bracket is on the upper bolt as well. All right, so we're going to take that out. We'll take this totally out as well. Make sure you didn't lose your washers and keep everything there. Let's grab our chute and put our chute in there. Make sure that your cable is not pinched in there. We're going to take this and put it on the chute where it belongs, and we're going to screw these bolts in now. We're going to screw them in by hand. We're not going to tighten them in tight yet. We're just going to screw them in a couple of threads. Okay. Do the exact same thing on the upper bolt as well. Now we're not making them tight yet, we're just making them snug. And then we'll bring our other cable over and put that where it belongs. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here with our adjustment rod for the chute, and we're going to install that And the way we do that is just take off this plastic piece on top right here. Let's take it out of the way. We're going to take out this cotter pin right here. I would recommend you use a pair of needle nose pliers or something so you don't lose it. Okay. Next we're going to take our handle. We're going to slide it up through the top and then put it in through right here. This is why we didn't want it tight to begin with, because we have to make sure that we can fit them together here. Just like that. Now we line up the hole and put your cotter pin back in to lock it in place just like that. And now this adjust your chute. As you can hear, it does need some lubricant on it, so we're going to spray with some lubricating oil before we put it in the close it back up. Okay. Next, we're going to reinstall that cover that we previously had taken off. Just goes on the top just like that. Okay, that's done. This is done. Okay. Now after we have our cable connected up and our adjustment up here, now we can snug these bolts down tight here. Make sure your cable is in the bracket that it belongs. There's a bracket down here, and there's one up a little bit higher. Make sure you're in those spots. And now we can snug these down. Okay. All right, so that's all set. Okay, the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to come up underneath the bottom. We're going to take out this cotter pin right here, and there's a little tiny washer on there. We're going to take that out as well. Take it off. Take the washer off. Let's put them on the side for now. Let's take our cable, and our cable has to slide right through there. So we're going to take this, pull this little rubber piece up a little bit, just like that. Slide it over the top. Like this, and then push it through. And you feel it lock in place. All right, it's on the top. We're going to slide that lock washer with that spacer that they provided. Put our key on here like this and push it in until it locks in place. And now our chute works just the way it's supposed to. I'll bring you in and I'm going to show you in a second how that works. So we have our washer locked on there right now. You can see it's on. Okay. This is locked in just the way it's supposed to be right there. And our chute itself now changes direction quite easily. All right, so that's it. We're all assembled. Our chute is on, our cable's in place, everything is ready to go. All right, I will tell you this. We're going to slide our key into here. If you do not have the key in, of course, this is not going to start. So make sure you push it in. Put your spare key in a safe place. This is the speed control. Obviously, the rabbit is to the left side, so that's the faster speed. And to the right side is slower, but that's personal preference as you're using it. The choke is on this direction over here, so the choke is applied. When it runs and it starts up and it continues to run and warms up, you pull the choke off until you can totally take the choke off. You want to make sure the choke is fully open when you're using this machine. Okay? Next thing we have is our fuel. You want to turn your fuel on, and then we're going to start it up. Now this, just so you know, it comes full with oil already. so we don't have to worry about putting oil in the engine itself. We are going to put some gasoline in it, and then we're going to start it up. Now this one is electric start. Some of them don't come with electric start, but this deluxe model does. You plug it in right here, you plug it into an electrical outlet, and you press the button, and it cranks over. If you don't have this, then obviously you're going to do it the old-fashioned way, and that's pulling the handle. All right, let's put some gas in it, and let's get this thing running. One thing before I start this I want to point out to you, you're probably wondering what these bolts here are for. These bolts are spare bolts. It's a shear pin that if by chance something in the impeller gets in there and it snaps off the drive on the impeller, those bolts are replacement bolts for that. Okay, and of course that's where our tool goes. All right, let's start it up. Okay, so we have gas in it. Now we're going to turn the fuel on. We're going to turn the choke to the on position, which it already is. We're going to have it running fast. I guess that's the fastest it goes. And of course we have our key in, and this is our primer button. We're going to prime it 3 pumps, and then we're going to start it. Okay, so we're ready to start. Let's start it up. And just so you know, that's where our plug is located, and this is how you start it. So let's start it up. Just open the choke a little bit. Once it's running, you open the choke up all the way. And that's how you shut it off. Okay, of course, here now we have our tilt for the front to tilt the snow thrower up and down as needed. We have this to turn the chute from left to right as needed. And of course we have our forward speeds and our reverse speeds. This engages the auger up in the front to throw the snow, and this one engages the drive. And that's pretty much all you need to know. All right, that's it. It's all assembled and ready to go. As you can see, it started up probably 3 or 4 cranks, and it started right up. And just so you know, after it shut off, I restarted again. And to pull it by hand is fairly easy as well. But the electric start does come in very handy. All right, I hope my video was helpful, and don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.